It's Week 7 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Titans on Monday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 60 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
He's got a first down past the 30. And all the way up to the 46. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 108 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled it for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
for having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 95 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Let's go.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. The extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Tennessee offense set to go again.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you open up lanes for your runners.
And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle there by John Johnson.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Escaping the pressure right.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Finding some room at midfield. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And all the way down to the 5.
145 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
So down inside the 5-yard line, I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5. Touchdown, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So we're at the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's got some space here. The 40. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the...
drive.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They run the counter now on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They go play action with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Smith with a first down and more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it with a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken around the 12.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
238 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Jackson.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And they'll get this well. Past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Titans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Able to connect with Mims.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 47.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
And it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And it's a Titans touchdown from a yard out. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple more times to give them a chance.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And some room to work. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. You see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Devontae Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them.
Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now a handoff looking right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And his kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 40. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything.